Hi, we're Solo.
We are Vivid Vertigo.
This is
86 Bullets.
We are Tantric.
You are watching Click on This.
You're watching Click on This.
And you're watching Click on This.
Woo! Woo! Yes, A+. It's Desi with Click on This, and I bet you're wondering, what are we doing here in Boonesboro, Maryland on the holiday weekend? Well, I tell you what we're doing here. We're here for the great performances of 4 bands for the Lead Don't Follow Foundation. That's right, the Lead Don't Follow Foundation is kicking off its first venue performances, and all the money is going to people that have been affected by the opioid pandemic. So come inside and catch Tantric, Vivid Vertigo, 86 Bullets, and Solo. It's Desi with Click on This show, and we are live here at the Jockey Bar and Grill, getting ready to kick off this benefit event by the Lead Don't Follow Foundation. You'll hear more about that, but right here I have 86 Bullets. I want you to get to know them real quick because they're second in the lineup, so I got to get them back there. So let me pass the mic. You can introduce yourself.
Steve Gravio, singer.
Gyro, drummer.
Eric D.
Chris Elliott, guitars.
But guys, I am very happy to have you here. Do you have a personal connection with Darren? Oh, you said you just met Darren.
I just met him.
How did you go about getting this? How did you hear about the Lead Don't Follow Foundation?
It was a mutual friend of ours, and she reached out to us and put us in touch with Darren, and he, you know, and rest is, that's why we're here. So I actually just met Darren for the first time today, but we've been chatting on email and or Messenger a lot and so forth like that. So
he's a very passionate guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a great guy. So
really
yeah, definitely.
Well, have any of you been affected by this opioid crisis, or know of anyone that you've lost?
My heart goes out to everybody who deals with it, but not personally in my close circle. But I mean, still, as a humanitarian thing, you never want to see somebody suffer like that.
And that brings me to this, because you guys are humanitarians, because as soon as I heard 86 Bullets, I, like many of your fans, started to think, 86 Bullets, why did they come up with a name like that? What is that in reference to? And I believe you have a story that I would love for you to share.
Okay, so for everything, like Steve said, it kind of the band, the name has become a metaphor for all of that, but it starts back about 25 years ago, an incident where a circus animal was shot down by police in Hawaii. And it's the stories it took 86 bullets to bring her down. And that resonated with me for years. I always, I remember when that actually happened. I was watching TV at the time. I remember seeing it on the news, and I was thinking, this is really kind of messed up. And but years later, I looked at it again, and it really seemed messed up to me. It's like an absurd scenario where you have an elephant that belongs in a jungle in the middle of a city with police shooting at her and not knowing what the hell's going on. And, I kind of revisited that whole situation, and I came across the 86 Bullets part of the story, and it's like, wow, that'd be a good name for a band, and it means a lot, too. So when we started up this band, I brought it up to the guys, and they were, hey, it sounds good, let's go with it. So that's where the name came from.
Yeah. I don't know the details. He knows the details for it, but if you go to Tyke, or I think that's the page, our page, and they're linked to it back and forth or whatever.
Well, I tell you, you sold me on that because I'm a big animal lover. In fact, Elena, my producer, I brought her a scraggly dog all the way from Tennessee that she adopted. So we're very pro-animal, but 86 bullets, that is a lot. And that animal just kept going, and I started thinking about that, just to the right to be happy and live and be free, and she was not going to quit. But that says a lot for bands, too, because you guys have been in this for years. I mean, when did you all start?
Well, I mean, my first singing job was at 15, and if you want to go that far back, no, I'm joking. Well, actually, I'm not joking, but
10 years.
yeah, I mean, we've been doing it for a long time. I played with Chris before, and Chris has played with these three guys, and that's really, I think, how we all got together.
Now, did you come into the band at the same time everybody else did?
He was the band, he'll tell you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he is still.
Eric is from around our area, and he's been in and out of different bands, and we just threw it together. He knew him, and here we are.
When did you start? What year? As the band? 2000?
September or October.
About 5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years. Yeah.
And you're still together,
We are still together,
and you love each other.
amazingly.
You got any dirt? Is there anything that these guys get
oh,
you nerve
man.
about?
If our band bus could talk. Oh,
Studio walls.
The studio walls. So, how did the pandemic affect you guys? Because I know, let's face it, the event industry was just collapsed. Comedians, singers, dancers, bands, everybody out of work.
A good story, I mean, like just something to bring up about, oh, thank you, Jar.
Tired.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So a good story about that is that we already had sold a bunch of tickets to our show that got canceled, and most people, they didn't want their money back. They wanted to donate to, a charity. I'm not sure what the charity was because Chris had handled it, but I thought that was a very good story.
Hey, it's Desi again, and I am here with another band, Vivid Vertigo, and we're going to have to snap this up because they are coming up first in line at the show. I want to tell you that it is a pleasure to meet you guys because I don't know if you know this, but I'm also in the film Harvey with co-host Johnny Alonso, and he reeled you guys in, and you've got a song. And are you going to be in LA for the red carpet in October?
Not LA. We're going to be in the Annapolis at the Egyptian Theater.
Oh, you've got a show going on.
Uh,
Oh, for the other red carpet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. As long as we get you. As long as we get you. So how did you guys find out about the Lead Don't Follow Foundation?
Through my mother. She had told me about the foundation, introduced me to Darren, and I've been helping Darren with this showcase for the past few weeks. And it's been fun. It's been fun so far. We're excited to play tonight.
Oh man, he's a
He is
quadruple
all
threat.
over the place. Yeah.
He is all
Hard
that and a
worker.
bag of chips. That's
Hard
how you got
worker.
him here.
Hard worker, yes.
Well, talent runs in a family because I know your mom as a photographer, and she goes and photographs all these rock bands and follows her boys everywhere because they're very into music. And I want to take a moment just to say that a lot of your music influence came from your dad.
Yes.
And I'm sad to say that we lost your dad due to the virus, but he's always in our hearts. He was an amazing guy, and a lot of his gifts have transformed into his sons. So, and because of that, I think your generosity has brought you here. Have any of you known anyone that's been affected by the opioid crisis?
Yeah.
I've lost a few friends to the opioid epidemic. Started out with prescription painkillers and moved on to heroin. And I think this foundation is going to help change a lot of people's lives, which is something that we're excited to get behind.
Now, for the only lady in the band, how is it being surrounded by all this testosterone?
they're great. They're great guys. They we intertwine very well with lyrics and instrumentals, and we're a great team. We just are a family, and it's great.
So this is Solo, our next band that we're interviewing. I'm Desi with Click on This. Guys, you have no idea how happy I am to be here. We have waited almost 2 years for live music to come back out again. And I think it's a double whammy for me today, because not only do I get to see a live performance, but we're also doing something really noble for the Lead Don't Follow Foundation, which there's a t-shirt right there. How did do you guys know Darren personally?
I know Darren from an old band that I used to play with called Funny Money. So I think I had that connection back then, but then he knew of us from the new band, Solo and stuff like that. So he reached out, said, hey, I'm doing this thing. Can you contribute? And here's what it's all about. So we're here.
Thank you for being here. Now, were you on the lineup before COVID when he had to
Yeah, so we were part of the reschedule.
How many times have you rescheduled for that?
I think it's only been the one time, I think. Well, there might have been twice, but I'm sure of at least the one.
I know, my heart was breaking for him, because, I mean, the lineup he had, the place, everything. Let's go on. I would like to pass the mic and each one of you introduce yourself and tell them what it is you do in a band. Obviously, we won't have trouble figuring that one out, but go ahead.
So I'm Dylan. I'm the bass player. That's the bass what I do in the band. Aside from that, I'm a music school teacher during the day, and yeah.
Where do you teach?
A place called Fusion Academy in Leesburg, Virginia, actually.
Wow, they are lucky to have you.
Oh, well, yeah.
School of rock.
Kind of that idea, a little bit, yeah. So yeah. All right.
And I'm Murray. I'm the drummer. And let's see, we've been playing together for what, year and a half?
Really?
I would say.
Just a year and a half?
Oh, yeah.
Just the four of us?
Yeah.
I've been in for 2, so.
So
You were there when I got there.
Dean and I played together for about 2 years, 10 years ago, the same band. And of course, Dean's kept the band going, so I'm kind of in and out, but in now, so.
In and out. Look, what you have to say to him is you want a commitment. None of this in and out.
Well, we're saying he can't commit. So
You either.
sometimes you take what you can get.
Oh my gosh. You gotta have more esteem, man. Here you go.
I'm Harley Kuhn, and this is what solo means to me. No, I'm just kidding. I play guitar in the band. I've been with Dino going on 5 years now, which is absolutely nuts. It's been a while, dude. First show was in August, actually, so 5-year anniversary with playing with Solo. That's a good time. It's a good gig playing with these guys for sure. Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Dean Kramer. I started the band Solo. I write the originals and stuff, so it's basically that's what the vehicle, the group is right now. But I got these other 3 guys with me because they're all great at what they do. So very happy with the lineup and how everything's moving ahead forward. And we're all ready to really rock and roll tonight, get lots of people in here and draw attention to a great cause. Yes?
Well, I'm just happy because you guys are local from Maryland. Well, are you all based in Maryland?
Everybody else?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, born and raised there pretty much. Well, where were you born and raised at? Because we're all Western Maryland, the 3 of us.
Frederick, Brunswick area?
Still.
Yeah,
Close
still Maryland.
Yeah, but see, that gives us pride.
There you go.
That's local pride. So I would love to know, during the pandemic, were you guys able to continue working? Did you take a break? I mean, it'd be an awful long break. It's like 18 months. This is stuff.
It would actually. X amount of us play. We even do acoustic stuff, whatever it takes to keep everything rolling and stuff. But surprisingly, it's how quickly things have started up, even for bands-wise. But it's funny because a lot of the places you would normally play weren't booking up anything, and now they're scrambling to get bands and bands or whatever kind of entertainment they can get. It's just now it's like we have too much, which is odd, but still things aren't back the way they were, but they're 1,000% better than they were even 6-7 months ago. So we're playing a good amount right now.
It doesn't change the now.
Hey, I'm I'm Desi with Click on This, and we are in Boonesboro, Maryland. I have no idea where we're at, but if you want to pan, you can see the lovely essence of farm and cows. So guys, welcome. First of all, thank you, because I know this was a haul to get here, right?
Not so bad. Another day at the office.
So what I would love to do is go ahead and pass the mic, and then each of you introduce yourself and tell us what you do in the band.
Darren Galino, I play bass.
Sebastian Labar, I play guitar.
Hugo Ferreira, I'm the singer.
John Laurie, I'm the drummer.
Okay, who's the clown in the band?
Looks or jokes?
Hugo's the jokester.
I'm getting that.
I bring the joy into joyful.
You bring the joy into joyful. Well, you have a lot to be joyful about, because didn't you guys just release another album?
Yes.
You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, The Sum of All Things came out July 23rd, courtesy of Cleopatra Records. It's our 7th or 8th studio album now. And yeah, it's exciting to have some new music to tour on.
Well, I did a little research on you guys. You guys originally came from different bands, correct?
Everybody here, yeah.
And who were you playing with before this?
I was in another band called Merge before this, but this was over 23 years ago.
Oh, you still look like a baby.
Well, you know, I act like one.
Yes. How about you?
I was in a couple bands in Jersey, one called Triple Addiction, Billy Wilkins, a couple other people.
Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey.
Where there's cheese and cows, so you're kind of like in your element right now.
I feel at home.
How about you?
I used to play in Mach 22 with Sebastian here. That's where we both came from before this.
Yep.
And so how did you find each other?
Through mutual friends in the music scene. Probably.
But you never played with each other until this time.
Just he and I had played together, and I started playing with Hugo, and I brought him, and then we brought John in, and it's just kind of a chain of events, over time.
Where were you originally from?
New Jersey.
Are you all from Jersey?
I'm from Mass.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Jersey?
Jersey.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia?
Which is funny because the band is technically from Louisville, Kentucky.
That's what I was, and yet I don't detect a southern drawl in anybody.
At the inception of the band, when it really started kind of coming together back in the day, it was, we all lived in Louisville, so at the time. But since then, the East Coast has taken over.
Well, that's a good question. Why Louisville, Kentucky? Why were you guys there? Is it a big music scene for you all when you started?
Unrelated. I mean, it was just basically out of convenience. I mean, right? We tour all over the United States, and we've been fortunate enough to tour all of Europe and countries abroad. But the thing is, our home core is pretty much right dead center in the country. So it is, and even though we're not in Louisville right now, we pretty much base out of Ohio, just because we know that wherever we're going to go, it's not going to be more than 6 or 7 hours that's going to start us off. So it's just a lot more convenience from there, And generally, we're a bunch of mutts of the United States, but.
And I see that you have a lovely home on wheels,
Yeah.
which I have to say is extremely, what's the word?
Tidy?
No,
You're welcome.
it's a blessing in the times of pandemics, because if you drive everywhere, then you don't have to worry about getting stuck in a state when they close up an airport. Did you guys have that happen at all?
No, that's not happened to us, but we have lived in RVs and buses and some form of moving house for decades. So what is like, oh, isn't that lovely? We can't wait to get into a place that doesn't have wheels on it, and sleep on one of those things. They're called homes. But yeah, we're grateful for it, because worst case scenario, you're still kind of home.
Hi, this is my long-awaited interview, because this here is the mastermind behind the Lead Don't Follow Foundation. He is also the creator and owner of Paragon Wear, which is rock and roll wear. And this is his first kickoff concert. The lineup is amazing.
Thank you.
And all the proceeds are going to the Lead Don't Follow Foundation, which is going to benefit families that have been stricken by the opioid pandemic. Now, when I first met you, this was like a glint in your eye.
Yes, it was.
And
Very
now,
much so.
and you had this all set and ready to go prior to the pandemic.
Yes, like May 23rd, 2019 or 20, and then it was just like we had to postpone it like 3 times.
That's what I thought, 3 times.
So.
But it's finally happening. But I want you to tell everybody, what possessed you to start the Lead Don't Follow Foundation, how it led up to this point, and your reasons why.
Well, I started the Lead Don't Follow Foundation. We bought a house. It was a drug house. And we moved into this house, and a friend of mine from high school knew that I had Paragon. And she asked me to do a shirt that said like F heroin or something. And I said, well, I really don't do curse words on my shirt, but I'll figure out something. So with my work with John Allen from Charm City Devils and like all of my rock and roll connections, I teamed up with my rock and roll connections, and I came up with Lead Don't Follow. If you look here, that's my 7 Deadly Sins shirt. So I'm very, very happy with that. And like today is so surreal to me. I mean, it's like, I'm just getting...
Oh, he's got such a big heart, you guys.
This community has been stricken with kids that have passed away with heroin. 3 kids that I know of and their families lost 3 of their sons, you know.
Wow.
And it's all because of my house, before I bought it, of course. And so we bought it here, and as a parent, I knew that I needed to do something, so that's when I teamed up with a lot of my rock and roll friends. I got Dean Kramer from, I was going to say Tantric, Dean Kramer from Solo, Hugo from Tantric, Kelly Bell from the Kelly Bell Band, Mariah Formica. I have so many. Jason Heiser from Charm City Devils and Stone Horses, and Downtown Julie Brown. It's like you ask these young kids like, hey, your parents will know who she is, but we know who she is. She's awesome. So, and I got rock legend. Well, I should say radio personality rock legend from Baltimore, Kirk McEwen. So I'm super stoked about that. So yeah.